This program reads N students' marks along with their attendances in a test and then calculates the following. 1. Average marks of the failed students who failed because of shortage of marks only. 2. Average marks of failed students who failed because of shortage of attendance only. 3. Average marks of failed students who failed because of shortage of both attendance and marks. And 4. Average marks of failed students. In order to pass, a student should get a minimum of 35 marks in a test and attendance should be at least 62.5. However, remember that the fourth category, that is average of failed students, that indicates sum total of all the failed students. That is, some people might be failing because of the shortage of the marks, some may be failing because of the shortage of the attendance, some may be failing because of the shortage of both marks and attendance. So this fourth category are union of these three categories. As usual, we have included stdio.h main is declared. The variables s1, s2, s3, s4, at are declared as float type. S1, S2, S3, S4 are declared to store the first category students total marks, S2 for the second category, S3 third category, and S4 fourth category. Their initial values are taken as zeros. Similarly, we have declared some variables of integer type such as I, N, and N1, N2, N3, N4, and a variable M also. These variables I, N are used to control the loop such that it runs exactly n times, and N1, N2, N3, N4 are used to store the number of first category students, second category students, third category students, and fourth category students. The variable M is used to store a student mark. The user interface statement printf asks the user to enter a integer. The scanf statement reads the integer from the user and store the same in the variable n. The while loop is written such a way that it will run exactly n times. The while control I is equal to 0, while I less than n, I plus plus makes the while loop to get executed exactly n times. Each time the program reads a student marks and attendance into the variables m and at respectively. If the candidate is of first category candidate, that is failed because of shortage of marks, that is, he has got marks less than 35 and attendance better than 62.5. That is, if M less than 35 and 80 greater than or equal to 62.5, then his marks M will be added to S1 and N1 value will be incremented by 1. Similarly, we wanted to check whether the candidate is second category candidate or not. That is, whether the candidate is failed because of shortage of attendance only or not. That is, if M greater than or equal to 35 and attendance is less than or equal to 62.5, then he is second category type candidate. Thus, his marks will be added to S2 and N2 will be incremented by 1. Similarly, if the candidate is third category candidate or not will be tested. That is, he is failed because of shortage of both marks and attendance. That is, if M less than 35 and attendance is less than 62.5. If both the conditions are satisfied, then he is failed because of shortage of both the things. Thus, his marks will be added to S3 and N3 will be incremented by 1. Thus, in each iteration, a student mark and attendance will be read, and based upon his category, the marks will be added to appropriate variable either S1 or S2 or S3, and similarly either N1, N2, N3 will be incremented. This is the most important logic in this program. When we come out from the while loop, the S1, S2, S3 contains the total marks of the failed students who failed because of shortage of marks, comma, who failed because of shortage of attendance, and who failed because of shortage of both attendance and marks. Whereas the variables N1, N2, N3 contains the number of failed students of category 1, N2 category 2, N3 category 3. Now, the fourth category we wanted, their sum S4 can be calculated as S1 plus S2 plus S3, and N4 can be calculated as N1 plus N2 plus N3. Their averages are calculated as usual, sum divided by number of students. However, we have to take precaution about dividing with 0. If N1 or N2 or N3 or N4 are zeros, then there is a danger of dividing with 0. Thus, we may get error message divided by 0 or underflow, etc. We have to take precaution about this. And then S1, S2, S3, S4 will be printed. That is the expected thing from this program. Now, we assume that the user has entered n value as 5. With this assumption, we'll try to simulate how the while loop runs and try to explain how many times the while loop runs. I value is initialized to 0. While I less than n, that condition is evaluated. Currently I value is 0. N value is 5. I, is it less than n? Yes. That is 0 less than 5? Yes. The while condition is true. Thus, the while block is going to get executed once. We assume that the user has entered student mark and attendance as 30 and 90. Which category candidate he is? Marks. He has got less than 35, but attendance is more than 62.5. Thus, first if condition will be satisfied. Thus, his marks 30 will be added to S1 and N1 value will be incremented by 1. I value will be incremented by 1. Now, while condition is tested. Currently, I value is 1, n value is 5. I, is it less than n? That is 1 less than 5? Yes. Thus, loop is going to get executed once more. This time, we assume that the user has entered student mark and attendance as 50 and 60. That is, mark is 50 and attendance is 60. Is he passed? No, he is failed. Why he is failed? He got attendance less than 62.5. That is, he is second category candidate. That is, he has got marks more than 35, but attendance is less than 62.5. Thus, second if condition will be true. Thus, his marks M will be added to S2 and N2 value will be incremented by 1. I value will be incremented by 1. Again, while condition is tested. Currently, I value is 2. 2, is it less than n? That is 5? Yes. Thus, loop is going to get executed once more. This time, we assume that the user has entered student mark and attendance has 30 and 60. Which category candidate he is? No doubt he is failed. Which category candidate? He is third category candidate. Because he has got marks less than 35 and his attendance 60. It is less than 62.5. Thus, he is third category candidate. Thus, third if condition will be true. Thus, for S3, the marks M will be added and N3 will be incremented by 1. I value will be incremented by 1. Again, while condition is evaluated. Currently, I value is 3, n value is 5. I, is it less than 5? Yes. Thus, loop is going to get executed once more. This time, we assume that user has entered student marks as 20 and 87. 20. Is it less than 35? Yes. Thus, the candidate is failed candidate. and is of first category, that he has got better attendance but marks is less than 35. Thus, his marks will be added to S1 and N1 value will be incremented by 1. I value will be incremented by 1. Again, while condition is evaluated, currently I value is 4. 4 less than 5, that is n, yes. Thus, loop is going to get executed once more. This time, we assume that user has entered marks and attendance as 90 and 90. The candidate is passed candidate. Thus, no action will be taking place. His marks will not be added to either S1 or S2 or S3 because he is passed candidate. I value will be incremented by 1. Again, while condition is going to get executed. Currently, I value is 5. 5. Is it less than n? That is 5? No. The condition is false. Thus, while loop is not going to get executed any longer. We will come out from the while loop. As of now, the loop has executed n times. Here, n value is 5. That is the reason why it got executed 5 times. 5 students' marks are read, and the marks of those students who are passed, their total is calculated. The number of students who are passed is calculated, and thus the average of the passed students can be calculated in the next step. This program